We're walking into the heart of Glasgow's HIV crisis, with a man who wants his identity hidden, but the reality of these streets to be seen. In his city, heroin is injected in plain view and leaves its mark.
That's what they cook up the heroin in.
They cook up the heroin in that.
Cook up the heroin in that. It's bad, mate.
A spent syringe in the centre of a pavement. A lane littered with needles. The alarming reality of Glasgow's HIV outbreak, now 3 years long and counting. Now this spot, with its dangerous drug-taking debris, is just 2 blocks away from the central station, which until a few months ago was Glasgow's busiest needle exchange, and was shut down just when access to clean injecting materials was needed the most, and in the midst of an HIV crisis which is getting far worse. We can tell you that the next official figures, as yet unpublished, will show that the HIV rate among drugs users in Glasgow has at least trebled in 2 years. In the doorways and alleys of this city, around 500 people are known to inject publicly as others walk by. The figures will say up to 1 in 10 of them have HIV. It's spreading as dirty needles are shared, and those who have the virus don't always take the medication to keep the contagion controlled.
I've lost friends through heroin, I've lost friends through Valium, I've lost friends through the cold, HIV.
This is Michelle, no longer injecting, she says, and frightened.
A lot of people have got it, but a lot of people are stupid enough to share their tools.
People share needles?
Yeah.
And will they know if the other person necessarily has HIV or something?
Because certain people won't declare what they've got.
So each time that happens, there's a risk?
Yeah, there's always a risk with everything in this town.
Michelle says she was so careful, but a few months ago, she was diagnosed with another blood-borne virus, hepatitis C. How difficult is it to live with that, on top of everything else here?
I'll not share a fag with anybody, I'll not share a drink of juice, anything with anybody. I'm being quite funny, and you know what I mean, I'll not let people near me because of it. To me, it's not easy living with it.
There is, in Glasgow, a proposal to do something radical. The Scottish Government wants the powers to create consumption rooms where illegal drugs could be taken under supervision. The Home Office said the idea would be unlawful and rejected their request.
Yeah, this is just a bit coming up here and watch your feet and that, eh?
So we head to a place our guide calls the worst.
Watch your feet. There are needles everywhere.
Glasgow's unofficial consumption room.
But people, if we can't get any needles or that for anywhere, they'll just come to places like this and pick up a needle and see if it's clean enough, clean it out with water or whatever and inject it. I've seen it happen.
So if they haven't already got a needle, they'll come and use one of these?
They'll come and clean it out as much as they can and still use it. Playing roulette, aren't you? Russian roulette.
Russian roulette.
Yeah, with your life.
The authorities here are struggling.
The main problem we are faced with in Glasgow is the chaotic lifestyle of this subgroup of individuals and their ability to engage in a meaningful way.
A more elementary problem, where do you get needles when the pharmacies have shut?
In the night, in the dark, unfortunately, we do not have that facility right now, unless the individuals took needles during the daytime and took spares to use later on. So,
but you already said they have chaotic lives. They're not going to do that, are they?
That is correct.
Do you have this outbreak under control?
It's hard to say. As long as there are new cases, it's not.
There were new cases, 26% more last year, we can reveal. A crisis 3 years old, out in the open and out of control.